not the message that draws people to God.
How many of you guys are in 11th grade, junior in high school? How would you like to have me as your English teacher?
He cheated on me. He cheated on me with her and kept her alive behind my back.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm internet personality Mel Content, and this is 10minutedailyvideo.net, your place for 10minutedailyvideo.net. And this episode is 5 reasons that maybe you should care about hashtag KickVic. Yeah.
All my friends are dead and they don't like me anymore. They've moved along, they've changed, and now they find me quite a bore. Way back then it was okay to be a little weird, but all my friends are dead.
I knew about KickVic when it was kind of going on, and at the time that it was going on, I saw it as something, and I think I may have engaged with it in a different life. Ha ha ha. And I know that I don't usually address this. So maybe you should care about this KickVic thing. Obviously, KickVic is kind of like outdated. I'm still using it because it's like an easy way to describe this entire situation. And I, have a difficult time pronouncing the guy's last name, and B, use that as an excuse to just say it in increasingly silly ways. Megnagna, Megnagababa, Nebadabadababa.
I've spoken with Clamp. I spent time with Clamp at Anime Expo 2 years ago.
So, why are we talking about KickVic? To be honest, the thing just makes me mad. And the fact that it doesn't make you mad is just kind of annoying to me. Thankfully, Mars Girl put out an 11-hour documentary, so I can just point to that now. Thank you, Mars Girl. Please go watch Mars Girl's 11-hour documentary. You don't need to watch it all in one day like I did, but I couldn't stop.
Because in a world of 4 billion people, there are going to be people that don't like you for whatever reason or have a problem with you.
4 billion?
I have some context for it. I had some previous knowledge. I didn't know anyone specifically. Like, I didn't know anyone personally. But like many of you, I was a fan of Full Metal Alchemist. And just like, you know, fans of Neil Gaiman, you know, when this was coming out, this is a very difficult thing for people to deal with. And a lot of people are just using this as an opportunity to just flatly not deal with it and just go into denial. And worse, people are using it as an opportunity to grift those people. So Vic Mignogna is this example that these dudes want to pull out, where they want to talk about how, you know, wokeness has gone mad. And I'm not going to get into that because we're going to talk about Vic and why you should care.
One of them yelled out, "God loves everybody." And I turned around and I yelled, "Then why don't you put that on your side?"
So I have 5 reasons why you should care. You should care, and I'm not going to say where they are in the documentary. You can go watch the documentary. Mars Girl put a lot of effort into that video. It seems like it took maybe a year to put it together, but it was going on for so long, and it may even still continue. Here's 5 reasons. Number 5, do you like celebrity gossip? You should hate Vic Mignogna because he is like the villain in every celebrity. Recently, he started dating some news person. I'm not going to spoil much of that. It's a very recent development, and it's probably something you could go watch now. Oh, I'm sorry. I got into 5. I didn't give you any context for why you should hate Vic Mignogna in specifics. You can go watch Mars Girl's video for that, right? But I'll give you some brief. Like, he would grab female coworkers. He would jump on the backs of male coworkers. He would do the 5 things I'm going to tell you about. He probably had sex with a minor. His ex seems to accuse him of that. Multiple infidelities. What else? He abused his position as a voice actor to get into close proximity to multiple girls under the age of 18. There are accusations of him trying to do this stuff when he was a teacher. All of this is in the documentary. All right, sorry about the... Number 5, if you like celebrity gossip, Vic Mignogna is... Oh, right, that's right. Number 4, if you are concerned about celebrity, and if you're concerned about what men can do with celebrity when they have access to almost exclusively teenage girls who may or may not have a very immature crush on him. If you're concerned about women girls being in spaces with men and where they can abuse their power just because they're popular or they're very good at sounding like a 12-year-old boy.
But if I'm doing a 12-year-old boy, like if I'm doing that,
You do the 12-year-old
I do a
boy.
lot of 12-year-old boys.
Defending Vic might be like an interesting topic for you to talk about. I know you guys are absolutely fucking desperate for topics. After watching Shad barely be upset about the Superman trailer for like a half hour.
Crypto, Super Dog, is dumb.
Are you a lawyer? You should watch this documentary because at least 3 to 4 hours of it is just about the legal stuff. And it's truncated. You could go into it more. If you're a lawyer that somehow does not know about this stuff, law, basically, I mean, to give you an idea what it is, Vic basically tried to use the courts to sway public opinion. But Vic is actually a textbook case now for what not to do in court.
I have a question about the definition, if there's a proper legal definition of the concept of being libel-proof. In the sort of anime voice acting scene, there's currently a spurious lawsuit by a certain voice actor against the company for supposed libel. And the counter-argument that the company is making is that this person is effectively impossible to do libel towards because they have done so many other things that at this point it's barely making anything up to assert certain things.
Yes, so that is a potential defense that someone, a court can find that what would normally be a defamatory statement is not defamatory in this context because their reputation is so bad.
Number 2, do you like voice actors? Do you like anime? You should care about this because he makes you look horrible.
And more than once as he's leering over these young women, he walks up to them with their asses in the air and mimics autographing either their asses or the smalls of their backs.
Hey, you, person that goes, I like anime because it's an art form and it tells interesting stories. Yeah, that's me. That's you as well. You're a normal person that just likes a medium, and here it is, being labeled as a bunch of, I don't want to get demonetized in the future too much. I'm going to get, right? People who like anime are labeled a certain way. They like only like a certain demographic of age, and that age tends to be young.
He's notorious for getting smashed and hitting on teenagers, including myself at one point in the past.
When someone is running around like that in your community, and you not only let it go on, but willfully encourage its behavior by defending him in public. Sorry. You just want to look like one of those guys that is into way too young girls. Number 1.
He loves these people as much as
Yes, he
loves
does. He loves every one of them. He tells
Then
them,
why don't you preach that? Put up a sign that says that!
He weaponizes his Christianity. I am only hitting 2 specific types of people. I might get some agnostics who are spicy, but I think I'm going to hit atheists with this, and I'm going to hit Christians with this. Atheists, for the obvious reasons, they love pointing out hypocrisy. Vic is an adulterer, Vic is a womanizer, and Vic is unsafe around children.
Vic's job was essentially to introduce each of the cosplayers before they crossed the stage. Dragon Con had several different divisions based on age, starting with the children's division, and during this point he had an exceedingly weird thing to say to a little girl dressed up as Wonder Woman.
Hey, what are you doing after the show?
Oh, it was a joke, ha! Okay. Where's the joke there? Funny guy? I'm a funny guy. Explain it to me like I'm a dumb guy. If you're a Christian, you shouldn't want him in your team. If you're an atheist, he's a perfect target for hypocrisy. He comes off like those youth pastors that you don't want to be around. Not just because they're a buzzkill and like secretly flush your weed when you're out of the room or whatever. Not speaking from personal experience, but that just sounds like what a youth pastor might do. Like that they're lame and they suck and they make your parties worse because they're there. But like, they usually like groom underage girls, like, or boys. They're usually predators. They have access to children. They're usually a little bit older than their targets, like sometimes only 10 years or whatever. Yeah, I know, work it out. Some youth pastors are 19. Yeah, I'd work out the math. So if you're a Christian, you don't want him in your team. If he's an atheist, a good target for that. And the fact that more atheists don't talk about his hypocrisy and stuff in general is just, it's just cowardice to the fan base. But here's the thing, right? I'll give you this. I'll tell you this right now. Vic Mignogna is not got the fan base he wants.
Vic and I take a shovel, take shovels and wheelbarrows full of dirt and dump them on your fucking corpses.
Do not go online. Do not go on social media and talk trash.
And you could tell because he'll take any support he can get. He's like a pathetic attention whore, right? We get all that. Like I'm on YouTube. We're all attention whores, but he's like a valueless, pathetic one. Like he's like worthless, unfunny.
Gasping for breath as the dirt and mud get into your throat.
The fact that people defend Vic Mignogna tells me something about the people who defend him. It tells me that they've done stuff like that in the past. Like they think back and they're like, maybe she was too drunk. I'm not saying all of them are doing that. A good chunk of them are making money. But every single one of them where you're like, that guy's not making money. He's like, clearly has some kind of mental illness and is shrieking.
Clog up your stomachs. Clog up your lungs.
Right? Clearly that one isn't making money. But yeah, there's two motivations, right? They're hiding something themselves or they make money off of it. Vic wants to hear a room full of underage potential victims screaming for him. He wants to look across that crowd and he wants to think maybe one of those will come up to the mic. And when they do, I'm going to really check them out and I'm going to use every opportunity to use my power and influence to get into their physical proximity and put my mouth on them.
Hey, what happened to honesty is good? Yeah.
Thanks for watching. This is 10minutedailyvideos.net. If you're a fan of Vic Mignogna, honestly, go ahead, unsubscribe. I don't need you.